people are becoming more aware of what local government should be doing from the internet, from external information. So they're beginning to create expectations, and the local government has to respond to them. And so they're looking for higher quality, and they're looking for performance. So I think a key issue is that if you're not aware of how well you're doing, if you're not aware of the areas where local people are interested, you're not going to do very well. So it's an important part of improving their performance. Well, first of all, they should assess the services they're producing, they're delivering. Do these services meet the needs of local people? Do they reflect the standards of services being delivered in other local authorities? What is the benchmark they're using? They should then assess their institutional capacity. So how many resources are they putting into these services? Where do they get their expertise from? Are they identifying best practice? And then they should assess how well are they engaging local people, and how well are they engaging local organisations, and how well are they working with them in partnership. Well, this is a benchmark that I've used many times, and it originated from my own work in local government reform in England 10 or 12 years ago, and it sets out a series of standards in different competencies of a local authority, ranging from their communications, political management, service provision, how they work with other municipalities, how they work with the private sector, how innovative they are. And they can see from looking at this where they stand, where they can be situated in performance terms. And that gives them an idea of where they need to go. Now, if a mayor was to look at this and say, oh, I'm about here, you can be sure that that assessment will be very high and be higher than actual reality. And it's quite difficult for mayors to actually ask other people, how do you think we're doing? But this is the important element, and this is where I think the leadership comes in. The mayors have to be willing to ask the local stakeholders, what do you think of our performance? Where do you think we are strong? Where do you think we are weak? And to that they need help, and this is where the Local Government Association also can help them in doing this. A mayor would need courage to say in public, we can do better in this. So it's no longer the same old authoritarian prescriptive thinking. It's how can we best respond to what local people and local organisations want. And so you have to be open, and you have to have courage to be open, because you can be open to criticism, and you can be open to questions like, why is your performance not as good as it should be? What these assessments will eventually throw up, and what should be the priorities of the local authority? Where should they be focusing their energies? Where, if they're not doing well enough in a certain area, what are they going to do about it? So it's not big, expensive programs. It's more like focusing the priorities, learning from best practice, giving staff greater support so they can do their own jobs.